Good morning. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit and tell you about a conversation I had with my sister. We were talking, and she was asking me, or she was saying that so many people are willing to tell you what they think is right or what they think is wrong, and who knows what is right and who knows what is wrong. It's true, everybody has their own chance to choose and select what they feel is right for them and what's wrong for them. But how do I know what I talk about is right? Well, when I was able to see things and God took me on this little journey, I got to see everything from the beginning. And in heaven, people, they helped each other in everything they did. They looked constantly for ways to help, not to take away or not to divide or not to separate, but to help each other because that helps them. And that the joy that they bring to other people is what they share. And they share it with one another, and it makes it greater. That's glory. It's the same thing here. When two people fall in love and they love each other, all of a sudden their feelings get magnified. They get built up. That's how you can know whether something is right or something is wrong. If you look at it, it'll always be the same, no matter what. The things I talk about, I give you just the basics, and I say, hey, try them in your own life. See if they're not true. They are true, and you will find it true. That is what's right, because truth doesn't change. It never did. Um, I give you things to think about, and I say, try them in your own mind. Think about them. Look at every situation you want to. If it's true, it'll be true always. It won't change. Uh, when God created this place, He created it as a place for us to prove ourselves, to learn, not to choose division, not to be separate, but rather to choose to be together, to choose to make things greater for all instead of making things better for some. And the only way we can make things better for all is by making things the best they can be for us, each individually, and then sharing that with one another. That is the reason that He created this the way He did. Everything works to support it. I take different areas and try to bring that point to you. One of the areas that I chose was politics, and that's a hard thing to deal with, but it's people. It's basically people. And people have one big problem. They don't understand why they have feelings, how they can have feelings, what the feelings are for, and how they're supposed to help each other. They don't understand that it's only when you share them that they get greater. And that by sharing them, that doesn't mean you make somebody feel it or you can give them to feel it. No, they have to choose to feel it themselves. If they do, then you can share with them and make things greater. It's just like in this country, we are suffering from a flood of immigrants from different nations. And what they're trying to do, or what they want to do, is to make this place like the place they just left. That's not right, and it's not realistic. And yet, it is what people do. They think that because we have, we should give to them. No, they have to earn it first. They have to do it for themselves in order for it to have value. Doing it for them just reduces the value of it. It throws it away. I talk a lot about sacrifice of mercy. Sacrifice is throwing away value. It's taking things that God gave you and God wanted you to have, and you throw it away. You don't use it. You don't make it better. You just throw it away. Just because you have something, you give it to somebody else with a good heart and you want them to help themselves. But if they don't use it the way you intended and they continue to be suffering and poor and giving it to people who don't care about them, then you've done nothing except wasted the value that you had. That's what this is all about. How do I know what's right? Take a look at it. One increases value, the other throws value away, always, and it will always be the same. God created this place so that when you do the right things and you choose the right things, good things will follow. It will increase. That's the way this place was set up. And when you divide, you will lose value. When you separate, you will lose value. Always. And it will continue until you quit. It's up to you. It's your choice. I can tell you the reality of what it is, but I can't do specifics. If you look at what I tell you, you can apply everything I tell you to every specific you have, and it will be right. But it's not my job. My job is not to tell you how to live. My job is to tell you to seek God first. Love each other as you love yourself. And things will get better. But it's up to you. I can tell you this till I'm blue in the face and it's going to mean nothing. The reality of it is, everyone that has done that, people kill. That's what people do. Because they want to be separate. Well, the problem is, when God created this, He created it to support the truth. The longer you support lies, the more divided this country becomes, or this world becomes, the more damage, the more hate, the more murder, the more suffering is going to increase. As long as you choose it, that's what happens. And you say, well, how can I not choose it? So-and-so said this or so-and-so said that. No, it's not up to them. God didn't make it up to them. He made it up to you, each individual person. And what you give power to has power. So if you give your power to a corrupt government, then you will receive the fruits of what they give you, which is nothing. You will suffer. And you say, why? Because you gave them the power to. If you support members of MS-13, then you're just as guilty as they are. And you deserve nothing, just like they deserve nothing. They work for death, they serve death, they should die. Not because I judge them that way, but because they judge themselves that way by what they do and what they say. And if you support it and you give them shelter, then you too should have the same reward because you judged yourself as serving evil. How do I know that's right? Like I said, everything in the world was created with this drawing. Everything was created that way. It was done so that you could choose not to be that way. But you have to choose individually. It doesn't matter about what church you read or what Bible you read, because you can twist any words any way you want them to be. What matters is the message. Did you learn the message? The message is love one another. Love God first and foremost, because He is the only thing that unifies in this universe. He is the Father of all, and we are one family. No matter how we try to back away from it, no matter how we turn our backs to it, the way He created this, it's always going to support the fact that we are one family. Yes, you can choose something else, but you deserve the consequences of what you've chosen. That's the way He set this up. So how do you know when it's right? I would say when your life is getting better, when You're a blessing to everybody, not just to some people. When you are improving and giving glory, which is the rays of the joy that you can feel in your heart to everyone, with everyone, then you've gotten it right. So I know she had a hard time with people telling, because people love to tell each other what to do and how to do it. I don't do that. I tell you, listen, trust, love God, first and foremost. Whatever you read, look for the message He has for you in it. Don't listen to what somebody else thought. Listen to what you think. When you read the scriptures, it can touch people a billion different ways, billions of different ways. But it's how it touches you that counts, because that's what's going to make you feel. Because you get to choose what you're going to feel and why. When I deal with people who have suffered traumatic brain injuries or strokes or anything like that, or illness for that matter, all of a sudden their timeline has gotten so much shorter. And now they've got to deal with reality. Reality is what you have chosen, what you have selected for yourself. God's not like us. He's going to hold you accountable for how you judge yourself. He loves you. He knows that the whole point of this was to give you the chance. Not so somebody else could take it away from you or insert theirs in your place. It won't work that way. It doesn't work. Right. Right starts from within you. That's how do I know that this is right. It hurts no one. It calls everyone to raise glory. It doesn't tell you what you should or should not do individually. That's not my business. That's up to you. That's between you and God, not between me and God. God loves me. He loves you. He's given us this time. We can do with it what we want, as long as we try not to hurt each other and to help each other as many ways as we possibly can. But remember, when you give your word, it's your word. You've given something power. If you give something power that's going to misuse you and abuse your children and your grandchildren, then you did it. And you deserve the consequences for supporting something that would be that cruel. I love you. I want you to choose the right things, to do the things that will help everyone, not to judge each other, but to hold them accountable to how they judge themselves. That's the only true justice there is. People talk about all the time, no justice, no peace. There will be no peace until you understand justice comes from within. And it's not how others judge you that counts, it's how you judge yourself. If you are struggling to get through life, get through it the best way you possibly can. Apply yourself with your whole heart. Seek God. He loves you. He wants to help you, and He's the only one that can. The rest of us can only share with you. He can help you. Take some time. Talk to Him. Listen to Him. Open your heart up. Don't expect other people to do for you what you have to do for yourself, because they can't do it. I love you. I hope you have a great day, and I hope this helps. See ya. Bye.